want to come and just do something kind of different and tonight in our Bible enrichment. Want to just get us to begin to relax our minds and regain our focus on what it is God will have us to do. One thing I found out that we can't get to where God wants us to be is because we are refusing to let go of some stuff, let go of some things that's holding us. And if we begin to let go of some things, we'll find ourselves in a better place. One thing I've learning how to let go is a universal need and a skill that can make your life even happier than what it is now, even more peaceful, even more pleasant, even more productive. In order to get to that peace and that productiveness and that happiness, you need to ask yourself, what is it that's holding on to you? What is it that you're holding on that's doing more damage than it is doing good in your life? Wouldn't you rather let it go? All of us have one or more sticky thoughts that are not really doing us any good. And because it's not doing us any good, we can't move further along. Yet we find it hard to let go and to move on. Understand something. Letting go is one of the essential virtues of life. Yes, letting go. Because things are as they are, and we suffer because we imagined different. Some of us think that holding on makes us stronger. But sometimes letting it go makes you stronger. What is it that you can gain strength from letting go? Understand something, people of God. We do not heal the past by dwelling there. You can't get healed staying in the place where you've been hurt, holding on to your hurts, holding on to your pains. There's no healing. You can't get healed there. We heal the past by what? Watch this. Living fully in the present. If I want to heal, I got to live where I am. Yes, we've been hurt. We've been ridiculed, but we can't dwell in the past. We got to live fully in our future. And one problem with gazing too frequently into your past is that we may turn around and find out that our future has run out of us. It has run out on us, and you don't want your future to run out on you. That's because you're too busy gazing, frequently gazing, looking back, frequently gazing, wondering, what is it that I gotta keep holding on to? I can't let it go. So now our future has run out on us. Look at, because I want to tell you that when you hold resentment towards another, you are bound by that person. You're bound by that condition, by an emotional link that is stronger than steel. Forgiveness is the only way to dissolve that link and to be free. You can't keep holding on and being mad at someone that have done you wrong years ago. Because when you hold on to things like that and refuse to let go, that individual actually have power over you. They have you bound. You can't even think right because your mind continue to go back and think about what somebody's done to you. So you can't move forward. To let go does not mean to get rid of, but to let go means to let it be. So wow, letting go, it doesn't mean that I'm getting rid of something, but letting go means I'm letting it be. I'm leaving it alone. Let it be. It was what it was. I'm gonna let it be. Because when we let it be with compassion, things come and go on their own. When you don't give attention to something, sooner or later, it's gonna go away. The more attention you give it, the longer it stays. So when you let it be, it'll vanish on its own. Watch, if you're having an argument with your significant other, if you keep arguing with them, the argument is going to go on and on and on. But if you let it be, sooner or later, somebody's going to get tired of arguing with themselves. Watch, because you can't possibly embrace that new relationship, that new companionship, that new career or that new friendship, even that new life that you want while you're still holding on to the baggage from the last one. You can't move forward. Let it go. You can't embrace, you can't give it all you got because you're continuing to hold on. Let it go and allow yourself to embrace what is waiting for you right at your feet. Sometimes we miss some things because we're too busy embracing some things that we should have let go a long time ago and missing the very thing that God has at our feet. Letting go is what I want to deal with you tonight. Somebody needs to let something go. Somebody needs to release something that have had you bogged down for a long time. And if you don't, it's going to continue to keep you bogged down. Letting go is the willingness to change your beliefs in order to bring more peace, in order to bring more joy in your life, instead of holding on to beliefs that bring pain, that bring suffering. It begins with you changing some things. Sometimes you got to change your mindset. You got to change the way you look at some things. You got to change the way you do some things. Sometimes you got to just change some things. of letting go. Are you willing to let something go tonight? Would you rather have pain and suffering, or would you rather have peace and joy? It's up to you to let go. It's up to you to hold on to whatever you want to hold on to, whatever it is. The choice is yours. But I came by to tell somebody tonight it's easier to let it go than to hold on to. Because the truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. My God, who am I talking to tonight? You got to realize, unless you let it go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, you can't move forward. Just say to yourself, look, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Did y'all hear that? When I let go of what I am, that's when I can become who I need to be. And you can't become whom you need to be because you're not willing to let go of what you are. It takes a strong individual to let go of something of who they are, to become somebody that you could be, or you want to be, you might be. I just came to tell somebody tonight to let things go. Release them. Detach yourself away from them. Stop turning on what I call an emotional television to watch the same program over and over and over and over again. That shows how much you suffer from certain loss, certain situations, because all that's doing is just poisoning you. We find ourselves in a moment at times when we turn on this emotional television, when you're going through some things and you're watching the same old sad programs over and over and over again, and you realize why you can't be healed, because you've put so much inside of you. It's so much inside of you, it takes a whole lot to get it out of you. And it seems as though when it begins to come up out of you, all that's in you overtakes the good that's trying to come up out of you and continue to keep you held bound because you held on to it too long. You got to get away from that emotional television program. Let it go. Let that poison stop it from coming and poisoning your thoughts, poisoning your mind, poisoning your dreams, poisoning your hope. Watch now, because if you want to forget something, if you want to forget someone, never hate it. What are you saying? What are you saying, Bishop? What are you saying? Never hate him or never hate her. Because everything and everyone that you hate is engraved upon your heart. Oh, I know I'm telling the truth. I know I'm talking to someone here today, because watch, once you hate something and once you someone, you end up seeing the individual, that anger, that bitterness, that hurt, all of that shows up, pops up, because it's engraved on your heart. But when I forgive and don't hate them, they can come around you and you won't feel a thing. It won't affect you the way it affected you before. If you want to let something go, if you want to forget some things, you cannot hate. And I know we have a world right now that's full of hate. We see it every day. We turn on our televisions. We experience it every day. We walk out in the streets. There's a world, there's a land of hate. But we got to get to the point of letting some stuff go. And I know, say that's hard. It's going to be a hard task to do. It's something hard. But we can do all things through Christ that strengthen us. Because understand something, my beloved, you that's tuned in, that's viewing, that's watching me. Letting go doesn't mean that you don't care about someone or something. No, it's just realizing that the only person you really have control over is yourself. See, some things I say, and I tell some people every now and then, we can't too much worry about the things we cannot control. But we can worry about the things we can control. I can control how I react on certain things. I can't control how my neighbor reacts, but I got control on how I react. Because I understand I am not what happened to me, but I am what I chose to be. There's a lot of things that may have happened to you, but you need to understand, my beloved, you're not what happened to you. Some of you may have been molested. Some of you may have been raped. Some of you may have been abused. Some of you may have been battered. You're not what happened to you, but you are what you choose to become. I don't know about you, but I choose to be the head and not the tail. I choose to be the lender and not the borrower. I choose to be above and not beneath. I choose to be victorious. I choose life and not death. It's who you become, who you choose to become. What have you chose to become? Letting go. I'm just talking about letting go. There's somebody that needs to let some stuff go. Letting go means to come to a realization that some people are a part of your history, but not a part of your destiny. Oh God. Letting go means to understand and realize that some people, they are a part of your history, but they're not a part of where you're going. Because everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody can't take what you can take. Everybody can't even become whom you are becoming. Yes, it's a part of our history, but not a part of my destiny. There are some things we had to go through that became our history. And because of our history and because of how we had to come through some things, It's not a part of our destiny because it's behind us. But everything we have now is in front of us. Sometimes we're going to have to cry, but we're going to have to still forgive. Then we're going to have to learn what we cried about, learn why we forgave, and then after all of that, we got to move on. Because once you begin to cry, once you understand you're crying is just water for the seeds that you're sown. And the seeds can't sprout without water. Seeds for your future, seeds for your happiness. Yeah, that water will water the seeds that you planted. And when you water those seeds, now things will begin to start sprouting and growing. Now your future is a lot brighter. Your future is a lot happier because, understand, my beloved, once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice that you will ever make. My. Understand, my future is a whole lot brighter. And it's a whole lot brighter because I made the best decision, the best choice that I can make. And that was letting go of my dark past. Because in my dark past, I couldn't see my way. In my dark past, I really couldn't feel my way. In my dark past, I couldn't even hope my way. Because there was depression in my dark past. Come on, there was hatred in my dark past. There was bitterness in my dark past. There was anger in my dark past. And with all of that within me, I could not see a brighter future until I decided and made up my mind one day, I'm going to let some stuff go. Because whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Learn to work with it and not against it. Because sometimes people come into your life just to teach you how to let go. Everybody that comes into your life, not always coming in to give you. Sometimes people coming into your life to help you and to teach you how to let some stuff go. My God, my God. And watch this. Letting go may not even be a one-time thing. Are we here? Because it's something you may have to do every day. Somebody, somewhere, we get on your nerves every day. And you have to learn, I got to let this thing go. Because it's something you may have to do over and over and over again. The question was asked to Jesus, how many times should we forgive? He answered, said 70 times 70. In other words, you're going to have to do this over and over again. There's always going to be something that happened in your life that you're going to have to forgive somebody for, you're going to have to let go. Come on here. I just want to deal with something and let us know, encourage us. As a people, we can't even move forward unless we learn to let some stuff go. Because if you spend your time hoping someone will suffer the consequences for what they did to your heart, only thing you're doing is allowing them to hurt you for the second time. My God. Oh, because we can get caught up and want people to suffer the consequences of how they treated it, what they did, and how they used you. But the only thing you're doing, you're opening up a door for them to hurt you the second time, bring pain about the second time. Watch this. It's one of the most courageous decisions that you may ever make in life. It's finally letting go what hurt you, what hurt your heart, what hurt your soul. That's one of the most courageous decisions that you will ever make in life. Because understand something, people of God, holding on is believing that there's only one past. Letting go is knowing that there's a future. Understand you have a future. Because one of the simplest ways to stay happy is letting go of some things that make you sad. Do you want happiness? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be happy? You ought to let it go. You ought to tell somebody, look, I'm letting it go. I found out something, and I'm getting ready to close, but I found out something that one of the happiest moments in life is when we can find the courage to let go of something we cannot change. Why do I say that? I say that because it won't keep us from losing our mind, losing sleep, getting depressed, worried. When you are able to let go of something that you cannot change, come on. We need to learn how to let go as easily as we grasp, and we will find our hands full and our minds empty. You grab on to something real fast, but it seems like it's harder to let it go. Anything that you cannot control is teaching you how to let go. Because there are things that we will never want to let go of. People we never want to leave behind. But keep in mind, letting go isn't the end of the world, but it's the beginning of a new life. I can honestly say, look, I'm guilty. I'm guilty, and you may be guilty too, if truth be told, if you tell it. We are guilty of giving people more chances than what they may deserve. But sometimes we got to get to the point when I'm done, I'm done. I believe this is where we are standing today. As a black race, when we're done, we're done. When enough is enough, enough is enough. And I'm grateful that God has given us strength to stand when it seemed as if we couldn't stand. The only real battle in life is between hanging on and letting some stuff go. What are you going to fight with? Who are you going to fight with? Holding on or letting it go? Watch. Because you only struggle because you're ready to grow, but you're unwilling to let go. Nah, did you hear that? We struggle, and the struggles that we go through is just letting us know that we are ready to grow. You know, when you're going through, when it seems all hope is gone, you don't know which way to turn, you're crying your floor, walking the floor late in the midnight hour, drinking your tears for your bottled water, and you don't know how to handle this, what to do, what's coming next. You're struggling, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, you got more month than you got money, come on. The struggle is a sign that we are ready to grow. But what's keeping us from growing, those things that's been hurting us, that have us in the same situation that we're in, we refuse to let it go. When you let it go, you will learn how to evolve certain people, even yourself. When you learn how to let go. Because to let go is to release images and emotions and grudges and fears and those things that we cling to and the disappointments of our past that bind up our spirit. And watch this, and I'm closing. A bridge can still be built while the bitter waters are flowing beneath. When I ride and I see the construction, and in spite of how bitter, in spite of how nasty, in spite of how dark, in spite of how clear the waters may be, a bridge can still be built over the bitter waters. There may be some bitterness that you have in your heart, but that bridge can still be built. In other words, you can still get over it. And I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but I came to tell somebody, regardless of what you're going through, you can still get over it. Regardless of the hate, you can still get over it. Regardless of the anger, you can still get over it. Regardless of the jealousy, you can still get over it. Regardless of the brokenness, you can still get over it. And I want you to understand, if you don't understand it, it's going to continue to keep you down. It's going to continue to keep you in bounds and bondage, and chains. But we come to let you know tonight that things can be broken and you can still get over it. Doesn't matter how many tears. I know a God that will wipe the tears from your eyes, and he'll keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on him. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or to lose. We can't do anything about our yesterday, but our tomorrow, or right now, it's up to us to win or lose. And once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice that you will ever make. So I say to you, don't dwell on what went wrong, but instead focus on what to do next. Spend energy moving forward towards your answers. Look, God bless you. I thank God for you. I thank God for what he's done, what he's still doing in our lives, and we glorify him, we magnify him. We thank you all for tuning in with us on tonight. And know that God is awesome. He's good. We thank you for viewing, streaming in with us on tonight via Holy Connection TV, Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. We thank God for you. Here at the Cathedral of True Praise, where we believe each one, the soul you touch, God can save. But if you don't get anything else, my beloved, remember, if I let go, my past cannot hinder my destiny. Because I got a God that's walking with me, that's talking with me. And he even tells me that I'm his own. So we give him all the honor, we give him all the glory. Amen, amen, and amen. Bless God for who he is. I'll see you on next week. God bless you.